All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for participating in our annual mental health conference delivered to you by the Hope Center of Carmody Hills. And this year, our topic is Unwind to Stay Kind.
Good morning, everyone, again, and welcome. I am Dr. Joanne Frederick Leva. I am the Executive Director of the Hope Center of Carmody Hills. Just to share a little bit for you about what the Hope Center is, it actually stands for Holistic Opportunities Propelling Everyone, and we use HOPE as our acronym. We provide counseling services to the community. We have skilled therapists and interns in training who are here to help everyone manage their anxiety, depression, challenges, and wins and accomplishments during this pandemic. We are here to celebrate you. We are currently doing all teletherapy sessions, that is via phone, video, and text. Our phone number is 240-719-2699. We can be reached via email at hopecentercounseling@gmail.com. We do have a website. Our website is www.carmodyshope.org. Thanks again for being here with us today. We are on Facebook and Instagram. I want to talk a little bit of why we're here today. Unwind to Stay Kind is this year's mental health awareness theme. Every year there is a theme for mental health awareness. There is also a color that is represented for mental health awareness, and the color is green, the color that I am wearing today. Green represents tranquility, good health, and good luck. So from time to time, if you see someone wearing a green ribbon, that is one of the definitions for that. Because May is Mental Health Awareness Month. We are here to celebrate our mental health. And this year, we're going to talk about kindness. In the midst of this global pandemic, it is important to remind people that although we have lost many things, kindness should always be among us. During this conference, we will highlight ways to be kind to ourselves and to others.
So throughout the conference, if you would like to make a contribution to this event, please click on the link that will be shared with you in the chat box. You can also visit our website to make donations. So later on, I will include this link in our chat box so it provide easy access for you. Okay, so I'd like to introduce our first presenter, Dr. Joanne Frederick Leva. And Dr. Joanne Frederick Leva has been in the field of counseling for over 25 years as a university professor and a counselor in private practice. Dr. Frederick Leva specialized in treating people with anxiety, depression, relationship issues, terminal illness, and learning disabilities. She works with individuals, couples, groups, adults, and children. She holds a doctoral degree in counseling from George Washington University in rehabilitation counseling, a master's degree in counseling psychology from the University of Baltimore, and a bachelor's degree in psychology from Morgan State University. She's also a licensed professional counselor in the District of Columbia, a licensed clinical professional counselor in Maryland, and a national certified counselor. Dr. Frederick Leva is also currently the executive director of the nonprofit organization named Holistic Opportunities Propelling Everyone, also known as the Hope Center of Carmody Hills. Her most recent work consists of coining the term bibliopsychoeducation. The term refers to the infusion of biblical works and scriptures with psychology as a means to enhancing coping skills. She's also a proud member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. So let's welcome Dr. Joanne Frederick Leva, give us the presenting topic, kindness in chaos.
Thank you, Lizzie. You can go ahead and show the first slide.
Yep. Do you see it?
I do. Thank you.
All right.
So the title of this part, it is called Kindness in Chaos. Before we talk about that, I need to define what kindness is. Kindness is defined as the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. It is also affection, gentleness, warmth, concern, and care. These are words that are considered to be kind. Sometimes kindness has a connotation of being naive or weak, but that is not the case. Being kind often requires courage and strength. It is an interpersonal skill. Kindness has been found by researchers to be the most important predictor of satisfaction of life. One terminology you may have heard is that survival of the fittest, and that is usually a selfish concept. Really, it takes a group of people to survive any event that's happening. So that being said, there are two different ways to practice kindness. One way is to open your eyes and be active when you see people in need. So do you notice when people could use a helping hand? And of course, these days, this era, this is even so most important because of the times that we're living in. A sense of community is created when we practice kindness. So when I say open your minds to notice when others are suffering, what does that mean? So a kind word can help someone, a smile, opening a door, carrying a heavy load for someone can be a gentle and kind act of service. Celebrating someone you love, giving compliments, sending an email, a text, something that says thank you, and telling someone who is special to you that they are special to you. One of the things that kindness do when you engage in these behaviors, it does lower blood pressure, it lowers the heart rate, and it really is a very good self-help tool. Other examples, when we help an elderly neighbor with yard work or food, taking a photo of someone and sending it to them in person later on, sharing a homemade food, refusing to gossip, interesting, refusing to gossip, donating old clothing and things that you don't need are all ideas of kindness. So you can see a kindness behavior is also refusing in negative behaviors as well. When we celebrate other people's success. So for example, someone did a good job with something and you say, hey, good job. I really appreciated when you did X, Y, and Z and when you said X, Y, and Z. That's another example. You don't minimize the success nor pay attention to it. Bring all the problems with the success. So what that means is if a person shows any level of success, children included, pay attention to it and bring it up, not as a problem, but as a celebration. I think there's another reminder here too, that when we think of kindness, a lot of us think of adults, but also children can express kindness and we also can express that to them as well. Kindness is to be openly happy for another person, regardless of what it is. Sometimes kindness can also look in the form of telling the truth about someone in a gentle way, right? And so how that looks is constructive feedback where, okay, this looks great. I love how you did it. I'm glad you took the time. However, can you also add this? That's the act of kindness versus this doesn't look good, you forgot that. Receiving accurate feedback in a loving and caring way is an important part of a trusted relationship. Kindness also includes being kind to yourself. So it's not only other people that we're pouring into and we're giving, but how does kindness look when we are being gentle and kind to ourselves? So one way, sometimes we don't speak kindly to ourselves. I shouldn't have done that. I regretted being there. That's not kind and gentle. So we also have to learn to be positive to ourselves, encourage ourselves. I tell people that, how would you talk to a friend? Because a lot of times we talk to a friend more encouraging and kind than we speak to our own self. So that's important to make note of. So in closing, I do want to hear from you. And so what I would like you to do is take a moment and reflect on the ways that you have been kind to others during these times. And so over the last 9 weeks, how have you been kind to someone? And I'm opening the floor for at least 3 people to share something that you've done or said to someone else.
Dr. Jefferson, can you hear me?
I can. Hi, Patrice.
Hello, how you all doing? This morning and actually over the last, I guess you say 9 weeks, I've been checking in with the elderly neighbor on my street, and it seems to mean a lot to her. It's not necessarily a whole lot that I feel, but I'll make like a little gift basket, and I may include, toilet paper or some fruit or snacks or tissue or hand sanitizer, candy, just little things. A few times I put a mask in for her, and I just dropped the basket off today. And then on Mother's Day, I took her a small basket. So it's not really anything costly per se, but she's just very appreciative of it. So I just drop it. She wants to make conversation and talk, but I have to tell her, to keep her safe and to keep myself safe, because I've been out and about, to the store and to work. I can't be around her, but she's so appreciative of it. And when I'm walking down the street to my house, I can still hear her yelling, God bless you, God bless you. So she, that makes me feel good. I think more so than what it makes her, just knowing that I did something for her, for someone in need.
Excellent. I love that example. Thanks for sharing that. And so in
Sure.
that example, I hear several things. One is, do not forget the elderly, right? Even though it might be something small and a task that you do regularly, if they're in your neighborhood and you know any, just reach out and say, hey, how can I help you?
Right.
That includes even if they're in another state, but being able to mail something to them so that they can also receive those acts of service as well. Thank you, Patrice, for sharing that.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah.
Good morning. Can everyone hear me?
We can.
Yes.
Hi, Diane.
I hope that's not me with all this feedback.
Well, if you're on 2 devices, it is.
No, I'm not on TV.
Okay.
So bad.
Okay, it's good now.
Okay. So anyway, one of the things that I'm doing right now, the reason why I kind of blocked out my camera is because my neighbor lost her husband in February of this year. She's elderly, and I noticed that her grass had not been cut. And I mean, really had not been cut. So I kind of got my daughter and her friends to come over. And they're actually out cutting the grass right now. And my neighbor behind me that moved, and she's living in Texas taking care of her parents, we're taking care of their yard as well. And I'm actually in the process while they're doing that, preparing food. So I hear you guys, but that's why I'm off camera, because we are doing kindness even as this conference is going on.
Oh my goodness, that is so amazing, Diane. I love that. I love that. And again, we're hearing things that can be done. I like that because, if you go outside, you can see if people's grass is cut, like what is going on. Well, we know what's going on the outside world, but how do we reach in a little further and help someone else.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
that's why my mute is off. I don't want you all to see me moving, but I hear everything you're saying.
Excellent. And we appreciate your presence here today as well. Anyone else can share an example of something kind that you've done for someone over the last 9 weeks?
Dr. J, I wrote gratitude cards to people who have been influential in my life and have helped the last few months.
Excellent. I love that. So basically reflecting on the past and thinking of people who has been helpful in your life. And now is the time to say, hey, look, thank you for all that you've done. Love it. Thank you. And Crystal, were you going to share something?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I've been paying close attention to my mommy friends throughout these past couple weeks, because I know that they're juggling a lot with becoming teachers and educators and still maintaining their jobs as well. So just sending them encouraging words, letting them know that they are doing the best that they can, that they are awesome moms, because I think sometimes that's just things that they don't hear often.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Next slide, please. All right. Even important, and I honestly think most important, reflect on the times that you have been kind to yourself during this time. And let me hear some examples. How have you been kind to yourself?
Hi, this is Roxanne.
Hi, Roxanne.
Hello. One of the ways that I've been kind to myself, in particular, in working from home, where all my work seems a bit scattered and it's like no true end and start time. You kind of feel like, I kind of felt like I wasn't doing enough. So I created a grace page and I collectively wrote down all the things that I am doing and that, that I have in progress all on one page, so that it can take away the guilt of like, I'm not doing something every minute, because when I'm at work, I'm busy, and when I'm at home, I'm busy. So it's hard to to quantify it.
Excellent. I like that. You know, it reminds me, Roxanne, of a technique that we spoke about previously where I did similar. One day, I was thinking, okay, I don't feel like I'm alone in this journey that we're in. And I took a sheet of paper and a pen and I wrote down all the things, small things that people have done for me and things that I've done. And when I look at it, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Like, this feels so satisfying. It feels like, again, we're living in a different time, but we can do this. I can do this when I look at this list. That being said, Lizzie, let me see. Actually, no, before the next slide, anyone else care to share something that you've done for yourself that was kind?
Hey, this is Lolita. How are you? One of the things in a similar vein is I have a small wins board, and every day my son and I write up one small win from our day. And the beauty of that is on a flip chart that we just have on the wall. But the beauty of that is at the end of the month, you can go back and you can read all of your small wins from every single day. So at the end, you have 30 wins that you've had this month. And it's just that extra boost that you need to just say, yep, I did that.
Yes, I love that. And I like that it's a timed period, right? Because, we don't know how long we're going to be in this predicament, right? But if you can take note of these small things daily, monthly, reflect on it, you're going to feel a sense of satisfaction. And that is what we need to relieve this type of stress that many people may be under. And the other thing is that every day is a different day, right? So you could be feeling fine and great today, or even in this moment, and 10 minutes later, something comes up and you're like, oh my gosh, and it's a reminder of the reality outside of your safe space, which is your home, wherever you are right now. Anyone else care to share?
Yeah, hello?
Hi.
Dr. Jefferson.
Yes.
Hey, this is Deacon Andre Yost. Hey, everybody. I think with me, for myself, is we had worked on a project of my porch and making a wonderful sanctuary with flowers and just appreciating Mother Nature and just sitting on my porch and seeing my neighbors. We have a kaleidoscope of different ethnic groups. My Spanish, we got Dominican, and they play their music on their side of the street. They're enjoying themselves. And the neighbor on the other side, they hit the oldie with the Mays and Frankie Beverly. And I enjoy listening to them. I enjoy watching the neighbors just sit back and just chilling and have my candles and just reflecting on good things and watching the world go by, and me and my cat just sit back, chill on the porch, mind our own business, and be in that peace.
I love it. Love it. That is so nice. You know, what I hear with that example is, one, you know, you listening to the music you like, but also sharing it, right, in a community. And what I'm hearing is, in your community, everyone is enjoying each other, right, and relaxing and listening. And I love that. You know, again, it's a sense of you're not in this alone. But also, one of the key things is that we have to be patient. And when we be patient, we sit somewhere and we wait. We kill time by doing things like this, showing up, putting on things, serving the community, taking care of yourself. Some people are working, some people are not. But the biggest thing is that we have to be patient and wait. And so whatever that takes to take care of yourself is what we need to do. And next slide, please.
This is Tracy. How are y'all doing?
Hi, Tracy. How are you?
I'm blessed, and I'm actually driving, so I'm going to stay my little two-piece. But they opened up Baltimore, y'all, and people are out here like it never existed. And my take on it is that I've had to not work for so long that I've learned to be patient. Patience is the best key. I get out every day, but I stay away from folks. I just walk up the alley. There's some beautiful water around here. I go and I sit there for hours. Nobody is out. Everybody's in the house. And I have been fantabulous. So I just was listening to try to see what people are doing, and I wish you all the best.
Excellent.
Hey, prayer always helps. Prayer is the number one key. Take care. I'm going to put back on with you. Y'all have a blessed day.
Okay. Thank you, Tracy. Good to hear your voice. So Tracy's calling all the way from Baltimore. I think I heard some folks on the line here that's in Philadelphia. We appreciate that because as you can see, things look different places depending on where you are. And so good reminders again. Appreciate it. So I always like to leave people that I speak with homework, something to do. My homework for you is to jot down these events, right? And these events are on the left side, things that you do to yourself for kindness. And then on the right side, things that others have done for you for kindness. And I want you to put that aside, you know, after you can think of as many things, again, over the last 9 weeks we're looking at. And I want you to put that down. But whenever you feel discouraged, like, dang, how long is this going to happen? What's going on? I just lost someone. I'm concerned about the future. I'm concerned about my finances. I want you to pull out that list, reflect on it, and just sit there and think about the goodness of other people. People are good. We are good. And we are here to celebrate our goodness. Thank you. Any questions for me before we move on to the next speaker? Okay, good. And if anytime anyone have a question, there is a chat feature. You can type in your question or you can ask like any opportunity that you get after the next speaker. Thank you all for having me today.
Thank you. Thank you, Joanne.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Dr. J.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. J, and I'm gonna take off the shared screen for a second so we can start the Facebook Live. So we're gonna take 2 minutes break between sessions. Just 1 second.